Hello and welcome. Tonight we're going to be looking at a rather interesting channel that I found long ago that recently caught my interest once again. It's a little channel known as SNCH. So just what is SNCH? Initial looks at its content may make it seem like nothing special, simply run-of-the-mill videos of friends having fun, indistinguishable from the clutter of no-view videos that people put on the site every day. Well, things go a bit deeper than that. The first thing that people would likely notice from the videos is their titles. A mix of letters and numbers with no distinguishable meaning. Events that don't connect in any chronological sense. Thankfully, to save me the headache of finding the proper order, the channel has two handy playlists that show the events as they're intended to be seen. The first playlist is titled SSNCHH, and as you can see, every video title is a series of numbers. My initial impression was that it would be a rot cipher, or maybe hexadecimal, but neither got me any results when trying to break it. As for the playlist name, it's the same name as the channel, but with a little bit more. I'm curious to figure out if this is some kind of hint towards breaking the code, but that's pure speculation. Honestly, you're going to be hearing a lot of that, speculation. My intent here isn't to give answers or say that I fully understand the story. I'm merely going to be observing the things I've noticed and hope that what I've made can help spark enough interest in others to crack this open, as there seems to be more to the story than we currently know. Let's start, as most stories do, from the beginning. The group waiting on their friend to buy drinks. Our three characters are Tyler, the cameraman, Mason, the passenger, and David, who's in the store. The first thing we see is our group out buying alcohol and the general dickery until their friend gets back to the car.
Sent our friend in there to get alcohol. He's surrounded.
What are we, 15?
This is the jungle of Lehigh. The worst of the worst. David.
Whoa, look at the fucking mole on the side of her head. Dude, look at the mole on the
That's
side
mean to say.
What do you mean?
I'm not.
She's the nicest lady that walked in there, I bet.
Probably.
He made it!
He's here! He's gonna make. I gotta put unlock. There you go. He's got it. He's got the stuff. Hey!
Let's go falsetto.
Yep.
Wait, what?
I think you're tone deaf.
Now I'm going to be overanalyzing absolutely everything in the series, and the first thing that catches my attention is what's said at the end of the very first video. This is the jungle of Levi, or perhaps Lehigh. While this usually wouldn't be too notable, the way they said it is just like it's a thing. It sounds like they're making a comparison, but despite my searches, I can't find anything that refers to a jungle at Levi, and Lehigh is either a militant group or a city out in Utah, take your pick, neither of which make contextual sense here. As for the rest of the set, we don't have anything really notable, so let's move on to the next.
I'm just gonna record random things and see if something happens. It's funny. It's gonna be 100 of these videos. Hey, we did it!
My baby left me. Wanna have a new place to dwell. It's down at the end.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that.
Heartbreak Hotel.
When you wish upon a
No, I thought we were doing Heartbreak Hotel.
Heartbreak. I don't know the thing to Heartbreak
That's
Hotel.
what you make your own lyrics, you dipshit.
I don't know. What is the stupidest thing you guys have ever done, like in public, like in retail or like at a restaurant?
Embarrassing or just
Embarrassing.
Oh god, I'm sure Mason's is great.
One interesting thing to note is Tyler's song of choice, Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis Presley. It may not seem like much, but we'll come back to this later. The next bundle is the group finally home and getting ready to play Risk, at least until something catches their attention.
Bring him here, Alright.
Playing
We're gonna
Risk.
shuffle these and we're gonna do our little objectives. We're gonna do it
Did you guys hear that?
What is that?
I don't know, it's like making a really bright, like, dude. It's like starting to, like, wig out.
Unplug it. It only affects Tyler. Boom. Do it.
What the fuck, dude? I don't, dude, I have no idea. Whoa, what the fuck? It's like Ghostbuster shit.
Charlie, are you there?
Dude,
Charlie, are you there?
Charlie, are you there?
Charlie!
I don't think he's. I don't know, man.
What the fuck is still on?
Why is it still on? It's moving.
See? Now it's gone. It's moving.
The fuck?
Now, this is where things go from normal to abnormal. The group's attention is brought to a baby monitor that is making some rather peculiar sounds. Going with the presumption that this is Tyler's home, one has to wonder why he would have a seemingly unused item that was still plugged in and active. Even more so, why would it create such an odd noise when he's close to it? Though, after playing with it for a while, the group's attention wanes and it cuts to the last set of clips in the playlist. And this is where things step up from abnormal to paranormal.
She was right below Florida. All we would have to do is take a boat down to Cuba.
My camera's like, what the fuck, dude? Holy shit. What the fuck was that? Dude, like, holy shit. I have no fucking clue. I'm not checking that fucking door, dude. I'm not fucking checking that door. Dude, no, I'm done. You are so fucking brave right now. Holy shit. What did, no, dude, no, fuck that, dude. No, fuck that. What did you see? What did you see? Is the fucking light on? Fuck, man.
What the fuck is going on?
Dude, what the fuck?
Out of place?
My camera's off, dude. The fucking screen's like completely black, dude. No, it's completely black. I'm so. Oh, dude, I'm getting the fuck. Move. I have no idea, man. I didn't see anything.
It's almost impossible to miss the face in the window. Something watching and pulling away. Something Tyler doesn't seem to notice. I fully believe that he might not have seen it, as just before he catches the figure, he was talking about his viewfinder going black. It's very possible that he was too focused on that to not see the face slipping away. Though Tyler isn't the only one who may have missed something. Did you catch it? Let's play it again.
Anything out of place?
My camera's off, dude. The fucking screen's like completely black, dude. No.
One more time.
My camera's off, dude. The fucking screen's...
A voice, not belonging to any of the guys, with quality sounding as if it was coming from a radio. While I can't quite make out the words, it's something that was deliberately put there and may help piece things together. Something else I want to touch on in this video, where everything's black and all we hear is this noise. Not only does it take up the entire video, but also the beginning of the next. My first thought was to put the sounds through a spectrogram, which may have found something interesting. While I may just be trying to find meaning where there isn't any, hear me out here. This is a normal spectrogram. As you can see, it's nothing. It's just a meaningless color of haze. And here's what this revealed. It's not much per se, but it seems like some unique shapes forming in the cloud of color. Like there's something to be said, but not clear enough to be seen. Sure, it sounds like a stretch, but what does it have in common with the rest of the playlist? Coded titles with no known cipher, sayings such as the jungle of Lehigh which seem to be referring to something that doesn't exist, videos constantly starting and ending abruptly, even mid-sentence, when there's no reason for it to not simply be one continuous shot. There's a recurring trend of disruption of detail, parts being cut out. Is this spectrogram really any different? Something that started for him but lacks the core piece to make it clear what it's trying to say? All these together could paint Tyler as something of an unreliable narrator. That wraps up the first playlist, but just under a year later, on the 1st of May, the second playlist is uploaded in its entirety. This time, the playlist name and the titles rolled on base 64, something that's far simpler to decode. In order, the titles of these videos are Limbo, Forgotten, Typhon, Gate, Child, Pride, Sloth, Lost, Leviathan, Styx, and Where Is Your Daughter? The last four in particular are the obvious standouts, with the sudden posing of a question, though the rest of the titles are interesting by their own merit, having a recurring theme of loss, finality, Greek creatures, and cardinal sin, painting a strange picture right from the beginning. Let's get right into the first set of videos. The group are once again hanging out, doing nothing in particular, but after some crass conversation about other languages, something strange occurs.
You really are if you don't know what Creole is.
What is Creole?
Yeah. It's like French. Yeah, it's like French.
But it's like,
Why don't they just say French?
Because it's like a...
There's different words that French people
Yeah.
understand.
It's like a...
It's like Portuguese to like Spanish.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's stupid. Languages suck. There we go. The window.
I don't know if they know I'm looking or they know I'm looking. Oh! Oh, there's a little hand. Look. There's two little hands. Oh, they're knocking.
Wave, wave.
I think she's in trouble.
Maybe she is in trouble.
No, if you were in trouble, you should be knocking a lot harder.
Should we call it? Maybe she can't make noise.
Next door, the blinds are split by hands reaching out. They clearly knock against the window, ever so gently as if to beckon for attention. Though the group notices it, they don't react with concern nor apathy, but amusement. Quickly joking about the idea of that person, who by their hands may be a child, being in some kind of predicament where they would need a signal for help. The next set of videos are the group playing with a group of dogs before getting started on their plans to go out and get drinks.
Throw it over here. I want to catch. Damn. Damn. Pinky's like, damn. She's like a goddamn cheetah. Run, little gazelle. They're totally playing like Toro, Toro. That's like the little red cape. God, you want in? Kiki. Cosmos. Cosmos. Come on. Climb through this tiny little hole. No. So friggin' hot out.
This is also good too. I think the dog's tired out, so while we're drinking, it'll be nice and tired.
Don't jump on me again.
That's your fault. You don't take command. You're a little bitch today.
Mason's still out there?
Yeah.
What, you want inside? Come on. As you get trampled by another dog. Hey, you ready to go get drinks? Huh? Yeah. Alright. Let's go.
Third has the group getting distracted and playing Dark Souls 3.
So this is what happens when we're gonna go get drinks.
Wait.
What?
He's gotta get the boss first. He promised me.
He's not gonna get the boss. You got this. Aim for the butt. Aim for the butt. Oh, he knows. Lion Knight Albert. Oh! He's almost done. He's almost done. Come on, he's coming so close. He's so close. Come on, come on, come on. Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? Oh! Oh no! Oh! He just got there.
And the fourth has the camera passed off to David while the group is out shopping.
For the time being, until everything like kind of, I don't know, man. I don't really want to talk about it. No, it's just a lot of weird shit that's going on.
If I didn't have
A lot of
four
weird
dogs,
shit that, you
then
know,
I
we
was
were like
worried.
the cause of. We were the cause, and we made. Oh my God, there's Katie and Sarah, and oh shit! Get back, bro.
Needed some beer out here. We need a cup, we're gonna drink. I know it's Saturday, but it's Lord's Day.
See it.
That's why you got these for.
Is it called Wild Blue? Why don't you just get it? It's
You
right
need to
here.
get some glasses. I didn't even look. Is that the first time you looked?
That was the first time I looked.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, all the time I was walking up and down here, I really wasn't looking at it.
I wasn't paying attention.
So I was just waiting for him to figure out his own thing.
It's all just like a blur.
See, all three of us get one thing that we like.
house.
Don't you be that guy.
I offered to get food, but you guys didn't listen to me. It's not my fault you never fucking hear me. I really want these.
Badass. He's crying.
See, now you're a mean cameraman.
I am a mean cameraman because this guy's a mean asshole.
All of those hips.
Oh. She was asking what shirt I had on.
The shirt?
Yeah. She's like, is that regular show?
Where's Mason?
We found his baby bottle though. We're not gonna wait out here for Mason, are we? Oh, he's outside already.
You got another freaking thing of soap, didn't you?
Yeah.
Toads.
And still on my bottom.
Oh, okay.
And now we get to the last.
Stay alright. This is fucking bullshit. Every time we play this goddamn game,
We're not gonna form an alliance.
Together and
We're not gonna form an alliance. No,
But it's Monopoly. You can do that.
You can't
It's
do
fine.
that. You can't.
Yes, you.
Holy shit. Oh my gosh.
Get back here!
What the fuck was that?
I found my
What
phone.
the fuck was that? What the fuck your phone, dude? Fuck your phone,
My
dude.
phone.
Dude, the fucking door just got ripped off the fucking room. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, it's outside the door. It's outside the door.
As the door is ripped from its hinges and the group hides away, a light slowly approaches and then... nothing. That's all. That's the end of SNCH. Except not quite. A month after the second playlist is uploaded, a single video is added. I'll save your ears the trouble, for it's pure noise on a black screen. The title is once again in base 64 and translates to Pontianak. Now to explain what that is, it's a female vampiric ghost from Malay mythology. It's said that she's the spirit of a woman who died while pregnant. Not to be confused with the Link Seer, which is the spirit of a woman who died during childbirth. It's specifically while she was still pregnant. The video itself doesn't hold much, but if you take the sound and run it through a spectrogram, it may reveal what the series is about. I'll let someone who's made a far better video on this explain.
Now, it's a little hard to see what exactly it is, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one image made by the commenter known as Jep Nielsen, so we can get a much clearer image. This shows us a pretty clear face looking at us, and that face seems to be the one of Tyler, which certainly ties him closer to the events that have occurred before, but what you might not have noticed, and admittedly it is incredibly hard to see, is the other face, the one leaning on his shoulder, the one that seems to belong to a woman. Part of her face actually appears again and seems to be cut off. Is this woman the one that he slept with? The one that conceived this child? The one that possibly died during pregnancy? The one that Tyler has neglected? It's hard to tell. Barely anyone has ever mentioned her, and any mention of Tyler's past has been brushed off before. Now, one thing that I noticed while I was editing this video was something that's behind both Tyler and this mysterious woman. If I bring up the contrast and the brightness a little, you could see what looks like a baby crib. Again, because of the quality of the photo and the nature of it itself, it's so very hard to tell, but this could mean that Tyler knew that they were having a baby and they had planned for it. What do you guys think?
Well, now that we've got the dead baby narrative, let's go and look through the videos again. Now, I'm going to go into some hardcore speculation, but I want you to bear with me. I believe we can piece a lot together simply from the titles alone. Starting with Limbo and Forgotten, the group is simply hanging out with the hands trying to attract their attention. Limbo, being the start of the series, showing the group, or maybe just Tyler who happens to drag the group along, may be stuck in a form of limbo, repeating the events of last year all over again. Hanging with friends until the night is ruined by something horrifying. As for the Forgotten, these hands here seem to be beckoning for attention and quickly get brushed off with jokes and forgotten about. The next is set in the backyard, playing with Mason's dogs. The videos consist of Typhon, Child, Gate, and Pride. Let's start with Typhon to keep things brief. Typhon was a beast from Greek mythology, known as the father of all monsters. Him and his wife Echidna gave birth to many feral creatures, most notably Cerberus, Orthrus, and the Chimera. So what does that have to do with what we're seeing? I think we can make a comparison of Mason being our Typhon here. Not a father of monsters, but still a caretaker for dogs. These pets may be the closest Mason may have to children in his life. For Gate, we see Tyler observe from a distance, but retreat as soon as the dog comes up to it. Putting the door between him and the dog. In Child, it's shown he won't simply open the door for the dog, preferring to interact with the barrier between them. And as for Pride, I can't really place a possible meaning to it. Not everyone's a winner. The next set is Sloth, Lost, and Leviathan. Instead of going with a plan to get drinks, the group instead focuses on playing a game, as David claims he has promised to see the boss. I can't place anything for loss, however. It's simply more of them playing the game, as well as Leviathan, which doesn't seem to have much meaning. The best I can come up with is a bit of a stretch, as the biblical Leviathan, a massive creature that dwells within the oceans, doesn't seem to apply here. The most second thing is the Leviathan is associated with not just water, but also ice in a fair bit of media, while the boss they're fighting is one wreathed in ice. Honestly, that's the best association I can make here. But moving on to the final set of videos is Sticks and Where Is and You're. We're giving Daughter its own little segment. We start with an immediate change of pace. For once, the cameraman isn't Tyler, but instead seems to be David. Let's focus this time on the conversation.
I don't really want to talk about it. Yeah, it's just a lot of weird shit that's going on.
If I didn't have
A lot of
4
weird
dogs,
shit that, you
then
know,
I
we
was
were like
worried.
the cause of. We were the cause, and we made.
Clearly, Tyler's uncomfortable with the subject, but what Mason says interests me. He brings up his dogs as a point of reference. Tyler's discomfort in the comparison that Mason uses, it feels like this could be a conversation about some kind of responsibility. It's not until is that we get something that piques my interest again. It's very brief, but it's this comment.
See, now you're a mean cameraman.
I am a mean cameraman because this guy's a mean asshole.
Tyler is apparently a mean asshole. Something said quietly and far away enough that he possibly wasn't intended to hear it. And the last video in the set, You're. The biggest takeaway is right here.
Where's Mason?
We found his baby bottle.
He simply points out a bottle that was left sitting outside, making a joke at Mason's expense. Though Tyler's reaction is noteworthy as he doesn't actually make any comments, simply letting out a bemused chuckle before quickly changing the subject. And finally, we have Daughter. Going back to the spectrogram, it may reveal what's going on here. A woman in a crib, a baby monitor, Tyler's song of choice, Heartbreak Hotel, his crass jokes the child next door being in trouble, putting a literal and metaphorical barrier between him and the dogs that could be seen as Mason's children, his repeated brushing off of any talks of responsibility. Tyler goes out of his way to not associate with any kind of responsibility, especially when it comes to children. It may be a memory that he doesn't want to bring up, a possible loss of his girl and child. But the last 4 videos pose a question. Where is your daughter? It's very possible that he simply wasn't ready to be a father and chose bros before hoes. And now his choices are coming back to haunt him, subtly at first, but much more direct after he refuses to acknowledge them. So what is Tyler? A man who simply neglected his girlfriend? Or possibly a bit more tragic? Or is it possible that he lost them and is simply trying to move on and forget, stuck in a limbo of hauntings that come back to remind him again and again? While the story ends quite abruptly, I feel like there's so much more to find. The mysterious voice in the garage, breaking the code in the first playlist, the possible message in the first spectrogram. There's so much more to unravel in this series, and it's a shame it never really got the attention it deserved. I want to thank Goose Boose for letting me use his footage in this. He's kind of a huge inspiration, and his video really helped me pick apart as much as I did. Honestly, most of my findings simply refer to the stuff in the first playlist. Everything said in the second playlist is mostly things that he pointed out, and I wish to give him credit where it's due. I'll be leaving a link to his video in the description, even though if you're watching this, you've likely already seen it in the first place. 5 years have passed, and the series still hasn't entirely been cracked open. And hopefully, we can fix that. Well, with how suddenly and jarringly SNCH ends, it's only appropriate that this video follows in its